And yet we've got to add that Paul was not thankless. He didn't despise the gift. He wasn't rude or churlish to them and say, well, you gave me a gift, but I couldn't care less for your gift. I didn't even need it. No. He delicately, wisely, and gracefully explains negatively and positively in verses 10 through 19 his philosophy, so to speak, of the giving and receiving of gifts, and wherein his joy lies with respect to this gift. He's not pretending to be hyper-spiritual, but he takes this opportunity to explain to them the right way to view and receive a gift like this from the church. What does all this tell us about the Apostle Paul? Well, several things. If Paul did not desire a gift, or even feel that he needed a gift, it is obvious that he is not governed by or given to covetousness or selfishness. The Apostle Paul is not like the horse leech of Proverbs 30 that's forever crying out, give, give. He is not either like the false teachers so excoriated in the pages of the New Testament, who train their hearts with covetous practices, always out for money. 2 Peter 2:14. Those who run greedily for reward, like Balaam. Jude speaks of them. Paul states elsewhere, I seek not yours. I'm not interested in your money, but I seek you. That's what I'm after. You. To follow Christ. That was his point. Going a step further, since Paul neither desired nor needed a gift, it is clear that he is not earthly minded. What did Paul bring with him on board the ship to Rome? Very little. What did he escape with when the ship sank off the coast of Malta? Even less. Here he is, chained to a Roman soldier 24 hours a day, and for some time he has been unsure if he's going to live, and he has been setting his affections not on things below, but on things above, where Jesus Christ sits at the right hand of God. He has been thinking and meditating upon the things which are true and honest and just, and pure and lovely. Therefore he has peace. Moreover, since Paul neither desired or felt that he needed this gift, even though he's in captivity, it is evident that he has learned to do without what we call creature comforts. I do not speak in respect of want. Whatever state I'm in, I've learned to be content. I know how to be abased. I know how to abound. I know what it is to be hungry and how to cope with being hungry. And I know what it is to suffer need and how to cope with suffering need. To use language he himself used in 2 Timothy in his letter to his younger fellow saint, he has learned to endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. To take up the cross and deny himself. Very important lessons, very difficult lessons. Lessons that would be particularly hard for us here in an affluent society, pampered in the 21st century. We ought to face that. We could barely cope with the sort of experiences and hardships Paul faced. Now, what is there here of instruction for us, beloved? Well, immediately before Paul writes of his joy at the Philippians' gift, the joy at their gift, not over the gift as such, but at their gift, he writes this, verse 9. The things which I have both learned and received, and heard and seen in me, do, and the God of peace shall be with you. Which means that if we live the way Paul lives, we will have peace. The peace of God will be with us, the God of peace will be with us. That is, from what we've just seen, the more we live without covetousness, the more we live without earthly mindedness, this is also similar to verse 8, the more we are not enslaved to earthly comforts, which is different from having them, being ensnared by them, then we will imitate the apostle, and we will know the way of peace. The God of peace shall be with you as you mortify covetousness. Stop thinking carnally about this world and esteem other things more important than your own earthly comfort. Difficult lessons, very difficult lessons for us indeed. We would struggle greatly if we had to cope with 1% of the Apostle Paul's difficulties. But at least we can humble ourselves just a little and learn not to reckon ourselves to be something when we're not. Paul then did not rejoice in the gift, though he was far from being churlish or ungrateful. But Paul did rejoice greatly because of the givers. That's what he was focused on. Paul rejoiced because he saw in the gift not coins or food or a new coat, but because he saw in the gift evidence of their care and concern for him. I rejoiced, verse 10 says, in the Lord greatly, that now at the last your care, your concern for me hath flourished again. That's why he rejoiced. And the word flourished means blossomed, budded. You have this care and blossoms begin to grow out of it. And it's in and around that time of the year for us too, or at least for some of the bushes and trees. This blossoming of their care for Paul came after a winter, so to speak, when they had no opportunity to help Paul. Paul doesn't say, you couldn't care less for me for a long time, and now you've bucked yourselves up a bit and they're showing some care. No, he says in verse 10, your care has flourished again, it's budded and blossomed, but you were always careful, you were always concerned for me, but you didn't have an opportunity to show it. Now they had their chances. Now they were able to do what they always wanted to do, that is, help the apostle, for they have an opportunity. And so the good work of their sending to him this gift blossomed, a very beautiful blossom, beautiful to God and to the apostle, and it showed spiritual life. When you see a tree begin to bud and blossom after winter, when you wondered if the thing was dead, you know there's life in it. That's what Paul thought by this gift about these people. The apostle continues the horticultural imagery in verse 17. Not because I desire a gift, that wasn't what I'm seeking from you, but because I desire fruit that may abound to your account. So he talks here not of the blossom, the good works of caring for Paul, but he moves to another stage of the fruit itself, fruit towards God, fruit from them. Out of the care, the blossom, for God's servant comes fruit. They sent me a gift. Paul greatly rejoices in that, not because of the coat or the money, but because of what it revealed about them, the people he laboured with long and hard, and fellowship with and prayed for many months and years. And Paul not only sees in this gift for him spiritual life and good fruit in God's eyes, he sees the gift as an evidence of Christian fellowship and communion. Look with me at verses 14 and 15. Notwithstanding, verse 14, ye have well done that ye did communicate or share with my affliction. Giving this gift, sending your own possessions at cost to you to help me, is sharing in my affliction. It's as if you were with me, chained to this guard.